Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Brandon, and welcome back to another episode of Murata Media. In today's review, I will be reviewing one of my most anticipated movies of 2019, Taika Waititi's latest satire, Jojo Rabbit. So Jojo Rabbit is about a 10 to 11-year-old boy named Jojo who is in training to be in Hitler's army, and eventually he soon learns that his mother is harboring a Jewish girl in their attic. So Jojo begins to struggle with the teachings from his mother, the Nazi army, and his imaginary friend, Hitler. And not only was I excited for Jojo Rabbit, I think it's safe to say that this movie exceeded my expectations. Namely, the acting here by everyone is just fantastic. All the main characters are so memorable and they all have depth to them. And I need to talk about the kid who played Jojo, Roman Griffin Davis. This kid is only 11 years old and he was so good in here. Now, I'm not saying he will be nominated for an Oscar, but I could definitely see him getting consideration for it. If he keeps this up, then this kid has such a bright future ahead of him. And I also need to mention his companions along the way, Thomasin McKenzie as Elsa and Scarlett Johansson as Jojo's mother. Both of them had such great chemistry with Jojo, and their scenes together are so heartwarming and just very sweet. And some of the scenes between Jojo and Elsa are just hilarious. Jojo is trying to learn more about the Jews, and Elsa is just feeding him all of this nonsense that she just made up, and Jojo just eats it up. And these scenes just showcase the terrific chemistry between these two actors, and I just love the camaraderie between their characters. But Taika Waititi as Hitler is incredible. I really never thought that I would see the day where an actor is clearly having the time of his life playing Hitler. They almost paint him as if he's this cartoonish, childlike character, because when he interacts with Jojo, he acts almost as if he's a kid in the same situation. Sam Rockwell as one of the Nazi generals is also excellent, and also there is Jojo's best friend Yorkie. He just plays like this really ignorant little boy who doesn't quite understand what's happening, but he just continues to go along with it. And even though this movie is very humorous, it is a movie about Nazi Germany and World War II, so you can expect that there is going to be quite a few dramatic scenes too. But I will say, and I'm not going to get into spoilers, but there is one scene that I did not see coming. If you've seen the movie, then you'll know what I'm talking about. In this specific scene, I feel really dumb for not seeing it coming, but it definitely caught me by surprise, and it broke me. But it is a little difficult to balance both humor and dramatic moments in a movie like this, because when it just sticks to one of those tones, it thrives, but there are quite a few scenes that try to both implement humor and drama, and in my personal opinion, those scenes didn't really work for me. Like, there are quite a few dramatic scenes that resort to humor, and they really didn't need to. And one specific scene that comes to my mind immediately is this one where a battle breaks out. And this whole sequence is just so well done because it captures the emotion and the overall horror of war. And it immediately just throws all emotion out the window because it calls back to a joke that was made earlier in the movie. And I will say this joke did make me laugh, but I wasn't really anticipating humor to appear in this scene. There are just some films that have a hard time sticking to one tone, and I mean that's okay because there are movies that have made drama and humor work pretty great. But the humor in these scenes that I'm thinking of did not quite work for me because I was so immersed in the seriousness and the sadness of these scenes, so the humor kinda just took me out of it. This is actually a similar issue that Thor Ragnarok had, which is another movie that Taika Waititi directed. And don't get me wrong, I love Thor Ragnarok. I thought it was a great movie, but there are just certain moments where you need to stick to one specific tone rather than resorting to a different one. And I was pretty damn near tears in both good and bad ways. I laughed hysterically, and I was pretty close to crying tears of just pure sadness. And Jojo Rabbit also has some pretty great cinematography. Wow, a movie in 2019 that has really good cinematography. Where have I seen that before? They shot it in such a unique way. It's presented in this kind of kooky, tongue-in-cheek kind of way, it kind of reminded me of a Wes Anderson movie. And I love that presentation choice because even though this movie is about a very serious topic, it doesn't really take itself all too seriously. It presents such a dark subject matter such as World War II, and it presents it in such a light-hearted way. At times it feels like a movie that you could just sit down with your family and watch, but it also doesn't really shy away from showing you the horrors of that time period. But I loved this movie, and I'm so excited to watch it again, and I'm also eager to see what awards this movie will be nominated for come Oscar season, because I think it's pretty much a shoo-in for Best Adapted Screenplay. And overall, I'd give Jojo Rabbit a 9 out of 10. Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching my review of Jojo Rabbit. If you guys saw it, let me know what you thought about it. Did you love it just as much as me, or did you think it was kind of overhyped? If you like this review, then be sure to hit that thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I post new reviews every week. And my past reviews, if you guys want to check those out, I will link those right over here. And other than that, I hope you all have a tremendous rest of your day, and I will see you all next time.